Most people who buy the FLkey 6-to-1 primarily buy it because it seamlessly integrates into FL Studio. But I bought it because I needed something that was light, portable, and easy to set up whenever I'm serving at church. I've been using the FLkey 6-to-1 for quite some time now, so I'll show you why I chose this and how I use it at church and a few things that I love about it. So here's the story. When I was looking for a keyboard, I wasn't looking for a MIDI keyboard. I was looking for something with 6-to-1 keys, something lightweight, something that sounds great, something that, can be used at church. So when I remembered that FL Studio has its own integrated MIDI keyboard, I said, let me look into it. So I did. That's when I found this app called Audio Revolution Mobile. So basically what it is pretty much a DAW in your phone, but I primarily use it only to load sounds with the MIDI keyboard. This won't be a review of the Audio Revolution Mobile app itself. I'm primarily just showing how I use it at church. So to get this working, you need a few things. You need a OTG cable that pretty much works as a USB hub, and you need your MIDI cable that comes with your MIDI keyboard. And lastly, you need a phone or a tablet. In my case, I like using my tablet. Okay, so once you have everything connected, you go over to your Audio Revolution Mobile. You will get a prompt again to select your MIDI keyboard. So you hit yes, okay. And then now you go over to add MIDI instrument track. In this case, I'll use the default sounds. Hit okay. And I like to use a keyboard or a grand piano and this warm pad preset over here. So let me find this quickly. Warm pad, there you go. Hit over to next. Then now you will be able to hear the two of them. So of course you can even load different sounds. So you can go into your settings again. These are sounds that I got off of the internet. If I remember correctly, this one sounds really nice. So these are very nice sounds, and I like the way how they sound. They work perfectly for me at church, so I wouldn't see why someone who wants a portable setup wouldn't want to use something like this. And of course, you can also expand your sound library by downloading sounds off the internet or making your own, because there is a way for you to make your own sound fonts. So let's talk a little bit about the MIDI keyboard. Of course, it's 6-to-1 keys. The keys feel not weighted, but they feel nice to play with. Normally, whenever you're playing something, you would feel the pushback on the keys. I don't necessarily like that, But in this case, there's a healthy balance of no pushback and some pushback. So it's a good mix of the two. And of course, it has its 16 pads that I never use, but they're there. They feel good to the touch, they respond well, and they're velocity sensitive. And of course, the 9 faders, which I do use, and I like using them in FL Studio whenever I'm making some soft worship instrumental music. I like using the faders so that I can adjust the levels of the different songs that I'm using. Of course, you get the transport buttons, you get the stop, play, undo, record, and I believe you get quantize as well, which is really nice whenever you're using it in FL Studio. The build quality, you can feel it's plastic, but it's not like a cheap plastic. It's something that if you accidentally drop it, you can know that it won't break easily. So along with that, I did get myself a case, which I'll show a little bit of that. And if you would like to get the case that I bought for this, there will be a link in the description, as well as the link to purchase the FLkey 6-1. And full disclosure, the links in the description are affiliate links. So if you want to support the channel, feel free to use my affiliate links so that I can get a small commission whenever you purchase any items on Amazon. So basically what this setup helps me to do is, before, when I had a full Yamaha keyboard, it wasn't the best keyboard, but it was something that I was proud to use at church. It was too heavy. Some keyboards can weigh up to 30 pounds, and carrying that on a bus or a taxi in my cases, or here where I live in golf carts, it can be very difficult to make sure that it stays on your vehicle, on your cart, and for your gig bag not to tear every so often, which is a problem that I had, because keyboards are very heavy, some have very sharp edges. So having that and all my gear, my cables, my microphones, my mixer, going to church was too much for me to handle, and it was becoming a burden. So I needed something that was lightweight, something easy, something compact that I can travel with easily from church to church. And it takes me 2 minutes to set up, and it sounds great. What I can also do with this setup is I can make my own sound fonts, because that's the type of sounds that Audio Revolution uses. I can create my own sound fonts in FL Studio. I can find different plugins online, export the different samples individually, and make my own sound fonts, which I will do eventually, but I just haven't had the time to do that as yet. So this setup solves my issue of having to carry heavy instruments to church, and it sounds great. I like using it. I only need to carry my one case, which carries my FLkey 6-1, and well, my phone is always on me. My church bag always has my my adapters, my cables, and everything is easy. So if you found this video helpful, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment down below if you found anything useful or new in this video. And full disclosure again, the links in the description are affiliate links, so if you want to support a small channel like mine, that will help a ton. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.